Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Kerbal Space program. In the last episode, we got the longbow moved over and rendezvoused with the new moon orbital station core. Got it docked up and then undocked the propulsion module. Move that back into a Kerbal orbit, and then began designing, building, and attempting to launch a set of arms for the moon space station that would come equipped with some solar panels to provide power, at least initially anyway. Provide power for, all the habitation systems are going to be placed on board. Now, the components of the longbow that are docked there have some solar panels there, but I don't think it's going to be enough for what I want to do eventually with the whole thing. And also, eventually I'm going to be docking up adding a reactor to the station to provide primary power, but I'm not necessarily always going to be wanting to run the reactor all the time. So, the solar panels are there to kind of keep everything running when the reactor is either not installed or not running. Because the reactor is going to be primarily there to power a lot of the converter units and that kind of stuff, refineries and stuff that will be converting the resources we're going to harvest from the moon into useful things like fuel and supplies and that sort of thing. But, as I said, I attempted to launch it. One ended up in the ocean because MechJeb screwed up. And then the second one was lost because I screwed up. I did not add any, initial power solar panel to the vehicle that was transporting the arms. And since the solar panels installed in the arms didn't actually provide any power until they're deployed, the vehicle ran out of power in the batteries as it flew over to the moon, so it had absolutely no control once it got there. So that was unfortunate. So that's basically a wasted, useless lump of metal at this point, orbiting Kerbal, because it flew past the moon, is now in a eccentric Kerbal orbit. So what I went ahead and did after the episode is relaunch that vehicle again with the proper modifications. So it is now in a moon orbit, ready for rendezvous and docking. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I also went ahead and flew up a refueling vehicle to fuel up one of the orbital tugs, which used to be the propulsion modules for a couple of different other vehicles. And so we're ready to go ahead and get started, I think. So, let's go ahead and get on over to... I have no idea what that was. Hopefully that wasn't the game crashing. Just a sec. Alright, well, the game did actually crash, but I reloaded it and now we're in the tracking station. Okay, so moon station solar modules, the one that actually worked, not the other one that is useless junk. Let's go ahead and fly that one. Alright, so I did actually go ahead and add a couple of more solar panels of these things because I wasn't really sure that these were going to be enough to power, you know, the reaction wheels and everything else. So there we are, and what I will need to do is do the rendezvous, which I'm going to let MechJeb handle, because it's just easier. No. Not that. I mean, it's not terribly difficult to do it manually, it's just way more precise. Oh, now that thing is being called the longbow. Okay, we need to... Actually, what I need is an actual name for this station. Create and execute. I can't remember if I asked that before. I haven't checked the comments on the previous video, which is kind of bad because I usually do before I start recording. Just I'm doing a lot of extra recordings today because of issues. Alright. This is going to be a real quick burn. 63 meters per second. Piece of cake. Now, for these, the orientation that we're going to dock them at is going to be somewhat important. Match velocities at closest approach. And I still don't know if undocking these things is even going to work, because they are bumping into each other ever so slightly. I'm hoping that once we, release those, the docking ports, that we're not going to have some sort of glitch or something that's going to blow things up or send it flying off into space or something. Oh, loading physics. There we go. Oh, we're going to be doing this in the dark, are we? Okay. Well, it is what it is. Alright, well, let's see what happens when I go ahead and decouple the node. Oh, no. Make sure that we are stabilized, because I need this very stable. Decouple the node. That's what I was slightly afraid of. Alright, Alright, there we are. We want to control from here. And I want the docking camera on. We need to target a port, which is going to be that one right there. Okay. This should be fairly easy to maneuver. Hold on. Okay. Alright, so that's the correct orientation. We'll figure out the roll when I get there. Actually, I think I want the roll to be... like this, if that's the orientation. Well, that's 0 degrees anyway, so... Actually, that's perfect. Alright. Let's back away. Wait, that's up and down. And that's left and right. Oh boy. Alright. Oh, that thing's in the way. Alright, we need to actually move this way a little bit. Okay. Alright, we want to move this way. Okay. Alright, we want to move this way. Are we going to bump? Are we going to bump? It doesn't look like we're going to bump. Why have I lost RCS? We have no connection. And we're not relaying off of anything? Apparently not. Oh, crud. And which direction is our orbit? This is bad news. How are we not relaying? I have... Do I have line of sight to that? I have line of sight to that. I also should have line of sight to this. Are they just not in range? But shouldn't we be hopping off of that? Because that thing has range. Does this probe core not allow relay? CurbNet access. Oh boy. Well, let's just see where we end up, because I don't really have a choice. We need to warp until I have line of sight directly to Kerbin. There we go. How far away are we? 700 some odd meters. Alright, orient us to target, please. Give me 10 meters per second. Okay. Alright, start slowing down. Alright. Now, we should have lots of time at this point. Alright, let's just make sure that we're still stabilizing here. Oh. We gotta get closer. Can I target that specifically? Alright, guess a little bit closer. There we go. Alright. Okay. We need to back up, back up. Alright, now what I need to do is nullify everything. Okay, so I gotta do this twice. Alright. There we are. Docking is always an adventure. But I think we got it now. Alright, let's get that roll where we want it. Alright, we're closing at 0.3 meters per second. I would rather get about 0.5 meters per second. And there we are, docked. Excellent. Alright, let's get those solar panels extended. And if I built everything right, they should bump into each other. And no, they're not. Good. Alright. Number 2. No, we're going to push away, not towards. Okay. Orient us towards the target. Oh, no, we need to control from here. Control from here. Docking camera. Not that it really matters, but... Alright, let's make sure we're heading... Actually, we want to be off-center a little bit, because I don't want to hit it. I want to miss it ever so slightly. And actually, if I could miss it in that direction. Because we're going to come in on the other side. Alright, just stabilize for now. Alright, I want to dock. There. Okay. Alright. That should be the correct orientation. Good. Let's roll to 0. Use as close to 0 as I can get. Alright. Am I closing or am I... There we are. And... Alright, let's see. Can I just adjust that roll ever so slightly? Yes. Okay, good. Forgot that was still on, as I do sometimes. Come on, come on. And docked. Excellent. Okay, so I think it's maybe 1 degree off, which might be annoying, but it'll be close enough. Let's get those guys extended. Alright, now we're starting to look like a space station. Okay, and now what we need to do with this is deorbit it. Set it to orbit, put it retrograde. Oh, if we do that, we risk... No, we'll be fine. Apoapsis height is -kilometers. Whoa, hold on. Are we not controlling from the right spot? Control from here? Yeah, we're not controlling from the right spot. Oh, excuse me. Periapsis height. There we go. So go ahead and let that guy crash into the ground. Perfect. Alright, back to Space Center. So, what's next? I think next thing we need to do is bring up the next thing that's going to be necessary for habitation. And that is going to be hydroponics. So we need a hydroponics module. What's the difference between this one and this one? The Nomomatic Biolab. Okay, well that's a... Scavenges nearby warehouses or more distant piloted distribution hubs. Converter option. Agroponics. Mulch, fertilizer, electric charge. Supplies 28.51 per day. Has a crew capacity of 2. This also has a science experiment that can be run on it. Produces 35.64 supplies per day. Has a life support recycler that can accommodate 2 crew. We have 4 recyclers on the old longbow parts, so that can handle 4 crew. So that gives us 6 crew that the station will eventually be able to handle. Okay, I think this is the part we need. Life support, agroponics to life support. Bay 1 recipe. Is this thing just simpler? Converter option, agroponics, outputs. Yeah, I'm going to use this anyway. So there's seat inventories, upper mount, insulated? Insulated? Sure. Okay. Trying to decide if I want to put that on there. Or if I want to do something differently. I want to probably close that initially. So I think this is going to be manned. But I don't think this thing allows control, so it's not like a pilot can fly it. Need to have some sort of like station core here. Or serves a singular purpose, allowing Kerbals to control their station. Well insulated and spaciously equipped, 4 Kerbals can work here with a full probe control facility and minor creature comforts. Minimum crew to operate. Crew must include a pilot. Remote pilot assist available. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to do there. So what we'll need here is going to be a docking port. Because that's going to be the side that's going to dock. Or is this going to be the side that's going to dock? Or... let me just see what we've got. So we've got these inflatable storage modules. We have these like colonization modules. Oh, they can mount either way. Okay. The inflatables. See, that's a hub. Okay. I think these are more for... consumes colony supplies. Colony supplies. Yeah, that's like a completely different thing. I don't think that's really what I'm looking for here. Expandable habitat. life support. Containers. What do we got? EVA items, ground construction. No parachutes, we won't need that. Utility, we've got habitation modules. Wow, that's fairly large. Service airlock. Okay. Inflatable habitation module. And what does it look like if I deflate it? Okay. Alright, so this is all going to be on 2.5 meter mounts. So I think these are going to be ones we're going to be using. Volleyball habitation module. Eclair habitation module. Okay. Orbital workshop. Sunrise habitation module. That's for smaller stuff. If we're going to build this thing, we're going to build this thing, like, proper. Alright. Good, good, good. So what I would probably want to do here is I want to stick... that on there. Multi-point station connector. Yes. Pressurized crew tubes. The crew tubes provide, I think, transport but no actual living space. Now we also have like this. But that provides the 1.25 meter stuff. Not going to use that right now. We'll just use this. Alright, so for coupling... We'll put a couple of Kerbals in there. We'll probably put a pilot and engineer. And then we'll need to start bringing up some habitation and some other facilities so that they can work on them. I just want to make sure we get this hydroponics up and running. Alright, where's the thing I'm looking for? There it is. Docking port. There we are. All right, it will need to dock. You know, it would probably be better if the whole thing was oriented that way. For launch, anyway. Alright. Then what I want to do is we'll put one of those there. Payload. Our largest payload fairing. It's going to need RCS. use these RCS blocks there. And if I use... See, that's not... So if we use those RCS blocks there... no. We want to go that. There. I think it's still going to be difficult. Yeah, I think this needs to be a all directions RCS thruster. There we are. I'll just have to figure it out. Okay, so for here... we're going to need a monopropellant tank. Which I could use... No, I don't... No. That one won't work. Neither will that one. Oh. One other thing I need to do before we put that on. Electrical, yes, and communications. There, and then these there. Actually, no, not those. Actually, I can put them on there. That'll work. So I might have to use a procedural RCS tank. Hopefully I can get the diameter out to 3.75 meters. Yes. .75 meters. Half a meter? Half a meter. Still carries a ton. Probably way more than I actually need. 900. That should be sufficient. Alright, with that and an engine. We'll stick with the one that seems to be working pretty well for us, which is this one. Thrust to weight ratio is 2.14. Now here's the thing. Do I want to push this all the way to the moon? What's the actual mass of this thing? 12 tons. That's pretty heavy. If that's the case, actually, no. We want to have it oriented like that. Because what we're going to do is this is just going to get it into low orbit, and then we're going to dock the tug to it here, and then the tug is going to push it. Yep. That's the right way to do that. Okay. So, what I just need is a decoupler. And the bigger tank. And a good engine. And that ought to be enough to get us to orbit. But obviously, you are going to need a few things. We're going to need a reaction wheel. We're going to need some solar panels. Anything else? I think that should be fine. Let's set up that action group. Toggle the panels. Also toggle the antenna. Good. And then payload is what I'm looking for. Put the fairing on there. Actually, all right, fairing, and then launch clamps. Let's thrust away to the first stage. 2.25. Okay. Plenty. Alright, now I just need to decide who's going. So we need... I just want to send 2 as the initial crew. We're going to need a pilot and an engineer. We'll send Katzenkerman. And we will send... Fofol Kerman as the initial crew. And then I'm going to have to recruit some more Kerbals. Okay, so this is the Moon Hydroponics. Save that. And let's launch it. Now, I can't afford another MechJeb mishap, so I'm going to manually fly this. So we have crew on board. so plant growth experiment. I don't think we need that. All right. Throttle up, stability assist, and well, that was anticlimactic. Okay, well, recover the vessel. At least we didn't lose the crew. It didn't explode and fall over. So, could have been worse. All right, what's going on here? Says we have a 1.24 thrust to weight on Kerbal. Alright, well, if that one isn't gonna work, I have a bigger one. 2.95 thrust to weight ratio. That's the most powerful 3.75 meter engine I have, so if it's going to need more than that, let's see, thrust is 46,000 kilonewtons. This one's 31,000 kilonewtons. What was this one? 1,200 kilonewtons. So yeah, this one's 4 times as strong as that one. Ish. All right. And I was at full throttle. Do we have the right crew on here? Katzen and Fofal, yes. Correct crew is installed. Throttle up, stability assist on, and fire. That's right. There we go. Oh, something's backwards. Can I control from there? No, that's like completely wrong. Whoa. Uh-oh. Control from here. Okay. Something is not right. Alright, we need to start putting some horizontal velocity on here. my goodness. This is... Alright. Circularization burn is going to be what? Do I have enough delta V left? I do not. Oh boy. I have... No, I do have enough. Okay. I don't know what my burn time is. Well, we're just gonna have to eyeball it. Let's say we're gonna have a 1 minute burn. So I'm gonna start burning at T-minus 30 seconds. Alright, let's get those deployed. Oh. And we're basically gonna empty the tank. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got pretty close to half and half. Periapsis height. It needs to be above 70, and it is. Oh! Whew. That was a close one. All right. Well, it means that this is probably going to be stuck in orbit. Maybe. I might be able to push it down into a re-entry orbit, release it, and then elevate the whole thing back up. Orbital Tug 2 is the one I want to use. Alright, there we are. Reactor is on. Good. Alright, I want to select... Set as target. We want to do our maneuver planner, which is going to be transfer. One hour. That should have a few days of supplies available. So it should be fine. turn is done. And then I want to match velocities. We'll turn on the lights. So I'm not sure if we're going to be rendezvousing in the dark or not. Alright, we're inside of physics range. Alright, good, we're not going to impact. Okay. All right, so I want to kind of point a little bit in this direction. It doesn't seem to be rotating in a logical manner. Alright. Turn on the RCS. And let's give it a little bit of a nudge. Do not want to bump the radiators. Alright, slow down. We want to do there. We want to control from here. We want the docking camera on. Turn the RCS off for the moment. Alright, let's roll to 0. And then let's see if we can flip around. Are almost oriented correctly already. In fact, we pretty much are. All right, good. Good. All right, turn RCS on. And then let's start closing. Alright, I think we're lined up pretty well. Alright, and... docked. Excellent. Alright, how much time do we have? 14 days to get this thing over to the station and docked. I think that will work. Alright, what I am going to do is... quick save this, because I'm going to do something that I don't necessarily need to do. I'm not sure it's going to work. Alright, I want to push our periapps. Actually, the best way to do this is to orient retrograde. Except it's backwards. Control from here. So those docking ports are all flipped around because of the way I built this thing. Alright, I just need to drop that periapsis to about 40,000 meters. And then release. Got lots of delta V. Lots of delta V. Alright, release. Radial in is the way I want to orient now. And then decouple. Turn on RCS, back us off. Alright, orient prograde. I really should have transferred the RCS fuel from that thing to this thing. Oh well. And then bring our periapsis height back up to a stable orbital altitude. That'll do. Okay. And I think what we'll do is leave it here. Because we're getting a little long here on the episode. So, for next episode, what we'll do is we'll get this thing flown over to the moon, get it docked up with the station, and yeah, then see if we can get this hydroponics bay working. To make supplies. And see if, we can basically have some Kerbals living there on that station indefinitely. Make it self-sufficient. Alright, so we'll stop here. Turn that off, please. There we go. Yeah, stop here. And then we'll get that done next episode. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.